Maneza is a Kazakh weightlifter born in China who has a lot of victories. She is a two-time world champion and the current Olympic champion as well. Today she is a happy wife and mother. However, this does not prevent her from continuing intensive trainings. A big sports event, the Olympic Games 2016 in Rio, is getting closer. It was difficult for her because after the Olympic Games in London she gave birth to a son, and for 2 years she was on maternity leave. She missed a lot of time of trainings, but she still stood for the team. She has performed in Almaty and took the 8th place. We were not rushing her. We knew that the main thing for her is to receive an approval. She had to have 2 of them and she received 1. Now she has already started serious preparation for the Olympic Games. I know the chances are great for Maya, if she will be prepared as she was in London. If she is going to be on that high level, then I think she is going to be invincible. Kazakhstanis liked immediately charismatic weightlifter with a radiant smile. During the Olympic Games, a whole country were rooting for her. Maya admits that it helped her to win. During the competition, the crowd were rooting for me, they were supporting me. I heard it and it helped me a lot. I wasn't thinking about anything else at that moment. I just wanted to lift. I told to myself, you must lift, you must win. When we were in London, we felt people's support. They were calling us, congratulating us. During the competition, even the president of Kazakhstan congratulated us by phone. I'm in this sport for many years, and I'm working as the head coach for more than 20 years, but I have never seen such warm welcome before. In life, Maya is a kind and sympathetic person. Anyone who knows her personally says it is impossible not to love her. An athlete can make you like her from the first seconds, in spite of the language barrier. In life, she is very cheerful, smiley person, very kind and sympathetic. What I have noticed that wherever she is, in the region, in the team, everywhere she is very warm welcomed. Everybody loves her. But in sports, she is a completely different person. In sports, she is much focused, serious with the character. She can put herself together at the very last moment and do the impossible. It is very important for our sports. Sportswoman herself admits much has changed with the birth of her son. Weightlifting and winning medals is still very important to her, but first of all she thinks about her child. The greatest happiness for me is my son. I need to see him every day. Things have changed with his appearance. Before he was born, I would go anywhere I want, but now I'm thinking about my son first. I always wonder how he is doing and what he is doing. He accompanies me on trainings. I do not really want him to be involved in weightlifting professionally, but he will decide himself what he wants to do in life when the time comes. We train hard now almost every day. We are going to the Olympics. We will try to win medals for Kazakhstan, for our nation, for the president. Her sports career began when Maya was still a schoolgirl. On the advice of the coach, who saw her potential, she decided to go to class. Weightlifter remembers that her parents were against it. They used to say this sport is not for women. When I was 15 years old, my trainers saw that my mom and dad changed their minds. But at first, my mother would not allow me to lift because I'm a girl. But the coach went to visit my parents quite often. They would invite him for dinner where he would tell them about my potential, that I could become an Olympic champion. So slowly but surely, I started to train. The main goal now for Maya is the Olympics in Rio. She won't give up her title and a golden medal without a fight. Now we're getting ready for the Olympic Games. I will try my best to bring the victory to our country to become a champion. We're trying hard now. My coach and my husband do help a lot. They believe in me and I do believe in myself too. I will try very hard to win for my family and for my country. Already honored regalia won't be a pass to the Olympic Games, especially because this sport is becoming more popular in Kazakhstan. Consequently, competition is rather high. However, it is an effective stimulus for enhanced trainings. It is necessary to pass a competition to get to the Olympic Games. Overall, the team is in a good condition. There are people who are able to win a medal, and I think that the upcoming Olympic Games in Rio will please fans with weightlifting medals. Here we are working. Trainings are going according to the schedule. We plan to reach good results. We will work hard, and as they say, the platform will show what we can. However, it is the success of our athletes in the big competitions that inspires young people to maintain an active and healthy lifestyle. Many follow in the footsteps of their idols and find activity or hobby of a lifetime. This sport is perfect for me. I found myself here, and I'm also grateful to Maya, because I have always looked up to her and she seemed to be a very great person, great athlete. She's a huge motivation for me. Looking at her, you know you can devote the time for sport and for family and children. Beginners do not compete with the champions. They consider being on the same platform with famous athletes as an honor. I was training, and one day she came into the room. I realized it was Maya. All dreams come true. Of course, for any athlete, it is a very great honor to see the Olympic champion in the place where you train and you strive to be as they are and to speak with them on the same platform. An example of Maya Maneza inspired many Kazakhstanis. The number of those who decided to devote himself to weightlifting is growing every day. Maya herself is very proud that she has become an example to follow. She enjoys talking to young athletes. I am very pleased to know her personally, and she is very sociable, very decent person, always cheerful. And all of our students are delighted that an athlete of this level comes to our hall to train. She is an example for them and is absolutely communicative. We are very pleased to have her in our training center. The most difficult thing in this sport are injuries, says Maya. During regular training, body gets used to a certain rhythm. But when you have to leave on a forced break and then start all over again, you have to get used to trainings again. Well, the most difficult is when you have injuries. It is very hard. When you train a lot and then have an injury, it is very hard. You have to stop trainings for a while and then start all over again. And the sport itself is hard too. You have to lift a lot of weight. However, Maya won't be stopped with such difficulties. She is ready to win despite the obstacles. She has returned to trainings after just 8 months after giving birth, and now she is even in better shape than she was 2 years ago. Maya Maneza is a great example for young people. They have to look up to her, strive for victories, to elevate our country on pedestals and proudly raise the flag of our country. Maya is a very kind, very open-minded person. You can feel it when you talk to her. You can feel this openness and sincerity despite of the language barrier. She's a person who can make you like her from the very first second, even if you didn't know her before. It is impossible not to like her. Maya met her husband, a weightlifter, Vyacheslav Yershov, in 2008. Rising sympathy did not prevent even the language barrier. At that time, an athlete couldn't speak Russian. We were finding common words, showing gestures to each other like, this is the horse, this is a tree, and so on and so forth. Gradually, Maya is learning the language. Today she understands 99.9% of what you say to her, and she talks pretty well too. We have to concentrate on the language because we plan to live in Kazakhstan and to work in Kazakhstan. People are very warm towards us here. Therefore, it is necessary for Maya to speak Russian perfectly and to begin to study Kazakh, because it is very important. Maya's life has radically changed during the Summer Olympic Games 2012 in London. After winning, an athlete even planned to retire and to focus on her family. However, she couldn't give up on her life's work. At first, Maya was tired after the Olympic Games. She did not want to return to sport in general. We engaged, married, and in 2013 Arseny was born, and when he was just about 3-4 months, we were watching the 2013 World Cup that was held in Poland, and I saw Maya's desire to return to the stage. Maya Maneza is known by the whole country now. The success with which the athlete performed at the Olympics praised the Republic and brought a real fame to Maya. She became so famous that we just couldn't go anywhere about 2 months. Even a cap and sunglasses wouldn't help. Everyone could still recognize Maya. I remember one time we left the hotel, she was all wrapped up in sweatshirts, sunglasses and a cap. We needed to pass around 300-400 meters to go to the store to buy something. And there someone recognized her and asked her to take a picture with her, and people there started to say, "Oh, it's Maya Maneza, look, it's her." On the way of becoming a successful sportswoman, Maya had serious crucial moments. For example, just a month before the Beijing Olympic Games of 2008, at the peak of the sports form, weightlifter was seriously injured. And after this injury, her elbow was injured. She had her doubts to continue or not to continue her career. But this person is very strong-willed, and she overcame it all. A year later, she finally decided to go back to the sports, and within 3 years, she has twice won the world and silver once. She came to London only to win. She was training very seriously. She was prepared, and in a push approach, she became an Olympic champion. From the beginning of 2016, Maya is constantly traveling. Her trips and workouts are scheduled for the entire year. Intensive trainings for the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro will start in the spring. I work as a trainer for 50 years. I trained in Bulgaria, Turkey, Kazakhstan, but athletes like Maya are a rarity. She's a hard worker with a great talent. And now I'm sure she began to prepare for the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. I think she's going to win. She's very grateful and everyone loves her for that. She respects everyone. We have been working together for 10 or 11 years, and during these years we have never argued with Maya, because she would not give me a reason to. She's very noble. A warm welcome and support, one of the most important incentives to move forward, according to Maya. That is why she's training so hard, twice a day, 7 days a week. She promised to do everything to continue to win.